Not a T20 match, but a T17.3 match.
No, it's a 17.3 match because a T would imply that there was 20 overs before that.
Well, whatever it is.
We didn't have 20 overs in the whole match.
17.3 overs, the match is done. As we had promised you in the mid-innings, we'll be back in 15-20 minutes. It lasted 20 minutes. And that is why India have pulled off a commanding 9-wicket win, chasing 58 in 4.3 overs. India's combined, when you look at it, Abhishek Sharma hit 30, Shubman Gill hit the winning boundary, Surya Kumar Yadav started with a 6. But just look at it, 6 fours, 1 6, okay? India have already hit 4 fours and 5 sixes. That's it. In a nutshell, this was India's gap with UAE and the rest when you look at it. And they have sent out a dominant message. Any team that wants to challenge India, you've got your hands full now heading into any of the days, September 14, September 21, or any of the other matches which they will play in the Super 4s, because what a dominant way to send across a message that yes, we are gunning for a record 9th title. Emphatic, isn't it?
Emphatic, one-sided, almost drab. I mean, there's no better way to put it. We didn't expect much of a contest. Our expectations were low, but oh my days. Oh my days. What have we just witnessed?
17.3 overs, the entire match. That's it.
No match.
No match.
This was absolutely no match at all between the two sides. And see, truth be told, there's so much being said on social media that an India A team in this competition would have added much more flavor. You can't help but agree with that. And an India A, India B, even an India C team, I would say, would have given this UAE team a run for their money and also then gone ahead and won the match as well. So, yeah, you take the win. It's emphatic. It's part of formality as well since you were drawn against UAE. But no competition, really.
Absolutely no competition. And look at it. Abhishek Sharma, the first ball, 6.
Second ball was a boundary.
4. Yep. And he continued. I mean, UAE had just given up by employing spinners, that to a left-arm orthodox, to a left-hander in the power play. Beat that for tactics. You then employ another conventional spinner in the power play. Whack, he gets hit for a 6. Yes, he top-edged one, and Junaid Siddiqui is the only guy who got the wicket. But 30, 27, all at 187, 222, 350. That is why this particular game, it will be very hard to figure out, did India really need this game? Couldn't they have directly been seeded, like how some teams get seeded directly into the Super 4 for the group that they are in?
No, but I think there is also, while I know for most of the people it's an anti-climax because you were waiting for an India game for such a long time and you expected to see some action, which hasn't really happened. But I think there is also a different side to this whole thing, which I think is pretty healthy to encourage associate nations to participate.
Agree.
It happened in the T20 World Cup as well, and you did see glimpses. I remember, likes of Ireland also started like that, and look where they are.
Nepal almost beat South Africa.
And Netherlands.
Yeah, Netherlands.
Netherlands got an upset. USA did that in the T20 World Cup recently. So I think more these teams like UAE, like Hong Kong, and these teams play some top level nations. That's how they'll get experience. I know that this will also result in some one-sided encounters. Quite often that's a criticism that, the FIFA World Cup also sometimes you have this criticism that, teams from Asia really don't match up to teams from the rest of the world. And then you get one-sided encounters. So, sure, I mean, from a viewership point of view, from an interest point of view, that's an issue. But I think still okay. It's that one game, who knows, that lights up the tournament. It's that one, Pakistan has to give us some excitement. It'll be that one loss that will happen against one of the associate nations. So I'll take that. But do you think that India could have helped, and maybe that is something that all of us can answer, if they needed a lung opener as such for this tournament? They very well knew that UAE, if you really needed to get something going, it would have been ideal to be batting first, because that would have really given them some sort of batting practice. It was a huge change that India has won the toss firstly. I think that's another reason to celebrate after seeing India lose so many tosses. So that's one. But could they have decided to bat first? That way they would have gotten a decent run for both aspects. The batters would have gotten some run, and the bowlers, of course, would have still dismissed them for as many. Both, tick boxes.
Yeah, I mean, they would have scored a 220 or a 230, the batters. They missed that out. But I think they were just looking at the pure
More.
conditions, calculated.
They
and
missed it on 300 few months back.
Sure,
They would have been gunning for. Absolutely. You won. You scored 50 or 58 odd runs, 59 runs that you scored in 4.2 overs.
Although, see,
You would have been gunning for that total.
See, although when you look at Dubai, it's not that easy to get to 252. It's not that true of a wicket. Slightly drier, they could have mistimed the strokes.
No,
and
but that's not, okay, that's whatever. They get 200, 250, 300 now. That doesn't matter. But at least their batters would have all had an opportunity, especially with the way the Indian team is batting. They would have had that chance. Like, for example, we were celebrating Sanju Samson getting a game and yet not getting a game. Of course, he took a wonderful
Super
catch
catch,
as
yeah.
well. But, all of those things you could have done, some batting before. I know the only reason I'm saying that is this game has shown you that India are the clear-cut favourites, but you're going to be playing Pakistan. You needed some sort of batting practice with the rest of the players. So if you were getting a chance, why not get some batting and bowling?
I think they don't rely on all of that. I think they are very confident about the fact that we can hit the ground running even after a gap. So they have just calculated on the same thing of conditions. Okay, it's good to bowl. We want our bowlers to get back into some rhythm. Our batting will sort itself. We've got 8 batters who can do the job. So that's why they were not too worried about it. That's why they went in with the safe and simple option that, okay, the conditions dictate you bowl first, we'll bowl first. I think you will not see our batters that rusty in the Pakistan game as well, because they can turn that gear up very quickly. As
The
you said.
batters weren't that rusty at all. I think the fast bowlers looked a bit rusty, given how the first 2 overs went by, where Hardik was guilty of bowling it a little short, so was Jasprit Bumrah. Just didn't have that kind of control, or bowled either too short or too full and leg side. So I felt the fast bowlers were a bit rusty. Otherwise, cruise control.
Yeah.
No, but like for example, I'm just saying, Dube has not been in great form, with the bat leading up to this tournament. Same for Sky. I mean, while he was outstanding in the IPL, we've seen his bilateral series form wasn't great. Just some runs under your belt. Like he started off in typical Sky fashion, smashes a 6, that's all right. But I'm just saying.
I think I'm not trying to mock the opposition here. Maybe you would have needed multiple batters to retire themselves out for this to have happened. That Dube gets some time in the
Could have
middle.
done that.
You actually could have done
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have needed something like that. Otherwise, I didn't see any sign at all. At all.
No, I also their bowling. I think their 2 best bowlers are the spinners that they have. They started with one of them, which is Haider Ali. He's that left arm spinner. I saw him in the Tri-Series who picked up wicket, and then you've got Dhruv Parashar as well, another spinner who tends to pick up wickets. But I guess today was going to be a no contest. But I mean, in hindsight, I think if I was the Indian team today, I would have loved to have batted, gotten some runs, gotten some confidence, because right now you're just doing practice session. My bowlers also would have had the chance to show, some sort of skill. Would have been ideal, but
They got an extended practice session.
yeah, but as I said, in hindsight, you can always look at it. It would have been great. Having said that, the one thing that's very obvious in what we've witnessed is that, just by the way, I was just thinking, look at India's last 2 Asia Cup matches, 50 all out,
51
Sri Lanka,
yeah.
6 wickets for Mohammad Siraj, and now how many?
57.
7 all out,
With
UAE,
Kuldeep, 4.
Kuldeep picking up 4 for 7, right?
Yeah, and Dube 3 for 4.
3 for 4. So imagine the last 2 games that India have played in the Asia Cup have been absolute hammering.
You have not lost an Asia Cup match ever since that Pakistan loss in the Super 4s.
That's true.
You won against Afghanistan, and since then in the ODI Asia Cup, you didn't lose a single game. One was washed out against Pakistan and Palakele, but you won the rest. Yeah. Here also, you started on a high.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the other thing that this really proves is that, or does it? Or would you want to see some more evidence of that?
Wait. There was one loss. I'm sorry. Bangladesh, we lost by 6 runs. Remember that game which Virat Kohli and all rested on? Shubman Gill got that. We lost that. 6 runs we lost by in that game. Yeah. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
That brings me to the next question, is that the talk before this Asia Cup was that India is head and shoulders above every other team. While you may believe that, do you think this game has proven that, or do you think it's a bit early because you were up against an opposition, even if India weren't overwhelming favourites to win this tournament, this is the result you were expecting, or do you think no, this is India's way of showing their dominance?
No, I think wait until the Pakistan game. Because see, that's realistically going to be the only game which is going to be something resembling a contest in the group stage for India. Because even after this, you've got Oman, which is going to be another hammering, basis at least what we've witnessed here. If India get a very, one-sided win against Pakistan, then I think those fears are compounded. That look, there's not really much competition, and even the teams coming from the other group aren't really going to cause that much trouble, whether it be in the Super Fours, whether it be the final.
See, when you look at the last two encounters between India and Pakistan, they have been thrillers. 2022, Kohli goes down the ground, Kohli goes out of the ground. Then you defended 119 for New York. So there is a scope of a thriller between India and Pakistan when it comes to T20Is. Not so much in ODIs. That's been very, very lopsided when you look at it. So if the Asia Cup needs some kind of a relevance factor, it took... In the ICC, it took them nearly 32 years to get an India-Pakistan final in an ICC final. Asia Cup has never had an India-Pakistan final.
Yeah.
It needs a thriller, number one, and it needs... Why do you think the 2022 Asia Cup was memorable? Because you had two thrillers versus Pakistan.
Yeah.
The first game when Hardik hit that six to finish it off, and second, when Arshdeep dropped that catch.
So you won one, lost one that time.
Yes, you lost because that is the lottery format that this is there.
Yeah.
Now with all the transition, with no Babar, with no Rizwan, can this Pakistan team then be that Pakistan team to challenge India? We are all praying that it happens. You want a contest. But if it's a no contest, then it goes in the 2023 way, where India were miles ahead the best team in Asia.
I mean, I'm sure that tougher tests await India. That's not to say that it's ever going to be troublesome for India. I think, yes, this game was versus UAE, which is an associate country, but I think right now, even if you put Pakistan, even if you put Sri Lanka, even if you put Bangladesh, even if you put the semi-finalists of the last World Cup in Afghanistan in comparison to India, I think there is a massive gulf between the quality that India has taken there and the rest of the team. So every game that India will start, they will be the clear-cut, overwhelming favourites. And I think today's game, even though many might not want to read into it, but I think it is still an indication. It is sort of a, warning to the rest of the teams in this tournament that India is a cut above. I think this is why I say that, because not a lot of people are taking this result seriously. The same UAE team played a tri-series very recently,
They put up a fight.
and yes, they lost all their matches. I agree, but firstly, those matches had a lot to do with tosses there. Back first teams were winning, and secondly, UAE put up a fight, decent enough fight against Pakistan, against in Afghanistan. Here it was, as they say, KO, referee stops contest in a boxing bout. It was only one-way traffic. So I think while it's never good to compare, like if A in sport, I always say if A has beaten B, and that doesn't necessarily mean that B will and B has beaten C. That doesn't necessarily mean that A will definitely beat C. Because the team that they beat has beaten you. There is a chance C might beat you. That happens in sport quite often. But I think the way in which this Indian team played, the way they came out to bat, the way they bowled. I mean, I hate to say that, but Shivam Dube was
Unplayable.
unplayable.
UAE made Shivam Dube look like prime Jack Callis.
Yeah.
The way he was bowling against them is like, oh my god, what's happening here? This is a Dube who's not considered good enough to bowl for his IPL franchise for years.
And he was touching speeds of close to 130 kmph today.
That's what I was trying to get to. And I don't be uncharitable to a Dube. We are only saying all of this based on past experience, because we've often said that, I don't think he had the ability to be a bowler that can trouble a lot of top sides. And while this is no test as such, and he will have tougher tests ahead, as we were talking about the Indian team, I still do feel that I did see an improvement on Shivam Dube, the bowler. This is possibly based on the fact that you've had conversations with him, you've spoken to him, and I'm seeing this trend. Nitish Reddy also, who didn't look as good in BGT, looked a very different bowler in the England series, was looking a much improved bowler. So I think Mone Mokal also spoke about it the other day, that they're trying to encourage batters to be better bowlers, and I think he, as a bowling coach, has been working on them. These batters, previously what used to happen, I remember covering a lot of these, India series recently, even World Cups. It was a typical thing. Batters would bat, bowlers would bowl. And if you're a genuine all-rounder like a Hardik, you'd be doing both things. But now, as I learn, in the very recent past, I'm taking the England tour as well as this Asia Cup practice sessions. There's been a genuine effort of bowling coaches and the team management getting your part-timers, so-called part-timers, to be bowling in the nets. And those part-timers include a Shivam Dube, that includes Abhishek Sharma, that includes a Rinku Singh, who I believe has been bowling too. So they're focusing on that, and I did see that improvement.
Tilak as well.
I mean,
Tilak too.
Rinku, for your point, was actually bowling a lot during the UP T20 league. He was captaining a team, and he was more often than not rolling his arm over.
So getting some drift as well.
Exactly. So there's definitely a concerted effort, I think, from a lot of these guys who have even a little bit of bowling. I think if you look at Abhishek for the past few years, he hasn't bowled much in the IPL, but he has been an option for India.
He bowls a little more than most other bowlers.
Yeah.
Like a Tilak, like a Rinku, or even a Dube.
Because he's a proper all-rounder, I'm just saying, you never saw him use that skill much. Partly that's down to the impact player rule as well, which is pretty much killed off all-rounders. But that's also partly because I don't think the franchise had him there particularly for that. But for India, he's been a bowling option. And I think, a lot of them you're seeing that improvement. Dube in particular, able to clock some speeds. I mean, he's a big lad. He should be able to actually kind of, be able to hit the deck a little bit. But in his early days, if you remember, he was a dibbly-dobbly at best.
You know what happened? There were two combinations that went wrong with Shivam Dube. One, he got hit for 34 runs in the T20I against New Zealand.
Ross Taylor.
Yeah. That shattered his confidence. And after that, he had a string of injuries, remember, by which he just couldn't bowl. Then I think he made a technical change to his bowling. He was far more, if you look at it, tighter on the delivery stride. And that is where he, instead of a dibbly-dobbly, now he's touching close to 128, 129. That's hardly dibbly-dobbly.
He's also, if I remember watching him bowl in his early days, he's changed up his action a lot.
Yes.
He was previously used to have a leap, but then the leap was flattering.
And it was side-on.
Yeah, and his leap was flattering because you'd see his leap, the leap was Zahir Khan, but the speed was Rajat Bhatia. Yeah. So there was a bit of a confusion there.
I used to like Rajat Bhatia.
I love Rajat Bhatia as a KKR legend. Yeah. I love the man to bits. I'm just saying you're seeing that leap in
Dwayne Bravo dismantled him. That's it.
Yeah, that's the extent of it. But if you're looking at that, I was like, okay, there's something wrong. And he's a tall guy, Shivam Dube. He was not getting any pace. Bounce, forget about it. Now though, if you see his action is a little tighter, the leap isn't there, but it's a lot more compact, a lot more to his strengths, and it's actually reaping him rewards.
I think Mone's got a role to play over here.
No, you saw that in the Afghanistan series. That was the first time you saw him bowl with that modified action.
Yeah, and that was pre-Mone.
Pre-Mone.
Why I say that is because what I hear is that Mone has been one of those to tell the ones with multiple skill sets as well that you need to get your rhythm right, you need to be practicing. And he was the one on day one of the practice session that took place. Shivam Dube was one of the bowlers who had bowled a little more than the others because they wanted him to get his delivery stride right. They wanted him to get his rhythm right. And on the action bit, he also spoke about how they have been working on his action a bit so as to get him to bowl a couple of overs if need be. And that's why, the time that I saw Shivam Dube named in the squad despite having a poor IPL, a very underwhelming IPL, I felt that you don't want to you don't want to move too much away from that team that won the T20 World Cup. And Dube was part of that, and you just want to have Dube be part of the same setup, but be more in sync with the overall philosophy now, which has just changed a bit, which is the liking towards having both bowlers and batters packed in your side.
Okay, so one of the takeaways for India, of course, you've seen an improved Shivam Dube. I think that is. What we'll do is we'll go across the room. Each of you can come up with one of your biggest takeaways from the game. I'll start with one that I can think of right now, and that is Kuldeep Yadav. And I'm not just talking about the wickets, but I'm talking about the fact that, listen, with Kuldeep, we've always known that he's been a rhythm bowler, he's been a confidence bowler. And oftentimes where his confidence has been shattered, he doesn't tend to be that effective a bowler, which he possibly can be. And a lot of us thought that, and I know this for a fact, that he wasn't a happy chappy after the England tour where he was made to sit out throughout that series. It really did He was mentally also a bit down. I was hearing from people that he's spoken to, mentally a bit down. Clearly, and this is not surprising. Again, going through an entire series, not getting a chance to play can't be really easy for anyone to deal with. We've heard from players in the past as well. So from there, I was just worried that now this series might start. It might go downhill from here, because if they are going to be in my dream team, I'd pick both Kuldeep and Varun, but I knew possibly they may not be playing both. So the fact that they picked him firstly, I mean, that will be a huge relief for someone like Kuldeep Yadav, who may have been struggling both mentally as well as in terms of form. And then secondly, because he's a rhythm bowler and he's not really been getting a big go, I thought he may take a few games to really get in the rhythm. But he was on the money from the first ball that he's bowled, from the first over that he bowled. Outstanding. And I think this is the best news for the Indian team, especially keeping in mind that you have a clutch game coming up against Pakistan, and he's often in the past troubled Pakistan with his bowling. You needed a in from Kuldeep Yadav. And I was hoping that he, shrugs off whatever has happened to him and shows that confidence. He's done it. So for me, Kuldeep Yadav, bang on the money from the word go is great sign. So one of the biggest takeaways for me.
The other takeaway that I have is the form of Varun Chakravarti. Yet again, he is not a big spinner of the ball, and you've seen that his redemption came in 2025, the very same venue where he didn't have a good start to his international career. In the 2021 T20 World Cup, he struggled. Champions Trophy, he had a remarkable surge. Here, I mean, look at it. Same action, but you don't know whether the ball will go away or will come in or will go straight on. And Pakistan, when you look at it, even they're also not great players of spin at this point in time. You've probably had a Rizwan who played spin well, but he's not in the team. Varun Chakravarti, in these kind of conditions, with Kuldeep striking, he's also having that, you look at it, he's keeping one in tight. The pressure is there. You've got 12 overs of tight, gripping spin bowling. The opposition just can't make head. I mean, look at the combined figures of everybody. In this, although it's not an India, it's UAE, but 7.1 overs, you've just conceded a total of 24 runs and you've picked 6 wickets. That was the mantra which helped you even in the Champions Trophy. And looking at the way how the pitch has been today, I don't see anything different for the Pakistan game, because you're only going to play at this venue, barring one game where you will travel to Abu Dhabi versus Oman. But apart from that, all your Super 4 games, all your finals are mostly going to be at the same venue. Almost the same kind of a pitch, barring supposing if there's pitch number 5 which will have a total green tinge, then it's a different ball game altogether. But 7.1 overs of tight spin bowling, also led by Varun Chakravarti, whose variations you may not know. Big takeaway.
I was going for Kuldeep and Varun in that order, but you all kind of took it from me, so I had to scramble a bit.
You could skip.
No, I'll not skip, because I did think that Dube, his bowling, and I mean, look, we came in with low expectations, but the fact that he went away with 3 wickets was generally looking very good. I mean, leave aside the action which I discussed, it's even the lens he was picking. He could tell that I think the pitch was a little two-faced at times, so he was constantly pitching it up, knowing full well that if he hits the right spot, it's probably not going to bounce as much. That's what led to that one LB wicket also, was plum, which was
full coming back in.
Yeah, waste of a review.
Still reviewed.
A waste of a review, which took up a lot of time. But otherwise, I'd say, Dube, his skill set as a bowler has often been, at best, that he'll give you 2 good overs on a day and will not be a big wicket taker. So the fact that he's gotten 3 wickets today was generally looking good. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Positive sign, considering how much we know this team management loves having part-time bowlers in the playing 11.
My biggest takeaway from this match is the fact that our jinx with the toss is broken.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, you'll need this in the final for sure. You'll need this in crucial matches. But jokes aside, I think the fact that, the first 2 overs went for some runs, and clearly both Hardik and Jasprit Bumrah looked a bit rusty. I like the fact that Surya still has that confidence in Aksar intact, who has, as we've seen in the IPL, as we've seen in international cricket as well, he turns to, and captains have turned to, an Aksar Patel to bowl in the power play. I like the fact that that confidence in Aksar is intact. That's what I take away.
Amit, if you want to add one more, the biggest takeaway amidst all the drama that was happening prior to the match, Sanju Samson's keeping. Today he was outstanding as a keeper, and all the talk that he may not start. I mean, even we were also having our doubts, because if Shubman Gill comes, then where will Sanju Samson bat? Then that's why we thought Jitesh's inclusion probably meant that he is your first choice.
We
keeper.
still don't know where he bats.
He will bat at 5 most likely.
5 or 6 dependent on the left hand,
Yeah,
right hand.
If Abhishek gets out, but then today
I actually think there could be 2 floaters in this team now.
Tilak and Sanju.
Sanju and Aksar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aksar is anyway a floater.
Exactly. And now you add...
By the way, they could be even Hardik can be that floater. I mean, this team is incredible that way. Hardik is a player who can bat at 4, 5, 6.
I
7.
don't know. Just
In
the
fact,
one...
his most successful time
the
came
one
at 4 for GT.
thing I feel is a big downside, and at some point I feel in international cricket it is something that could haunt this team, is I think a finisher's job is a proper specialized job, and while
have a Dube
on the face of it, Dube doesn't...
And I think there's no better finisher than Hardik.
I know, but if you're slotting Hardik at 5, 6, see again you need a finisher to be coming at 7, 8.
Rinku.
Exactly. So
No, but
that...
Dube is there. See, I mean, how many?
I think he'll be batting out of position if you bat him
There's
there.
no way. Then what? Then you might as well pack 11 batters. Now, where will this end? That we need more. We need more. It's a team that has someone like Akshar Patel batting at 8, a guy who batted at 5 and won you a World Cup final is coming at 8. I don't think we can ask for anything more. It's an embarrassment of riches.
No, I still
and
feel...
now you're saying now we need one more. It's like-
No, I'm not saying we need one more. Maybe just a combination. I feel at some point, see, are we going to be trusting a Rinku more or an Aksar if there's about 28 runs needed in the last over of a big match with there being a tailender at the other end?
Why not? I think Hardik can do that. I think even a Shivam Dube can be pushed there and he can do that. Whatever. And we yet have to see what Sanju Samson can do, because if he does audition for that position, we'll have to see. See, I think, and this I've said earlier as well in that conversation I had with Surya Kumar Yadav in our conclave, and this is exactly what he said. 2 things he mentioned. He said, one, I've told all players to entertain us. We don't want a big inning. Come, entertain, go. And secondly, we want to have a batting lineup that's really fluid. Whether looking at multi-dimensional player, but it's a batting order where everyone backs himself to do any particular job. So when you are backing someone like an Aksar to go higher up and do the job, you're also on a given day, let's say India don't lose a wicket, it's a very high scoring encounter, you've not lost, let's say, more than 2 or 3 wickets, your middle order will also have to do the job of finishing. You have no option. Let's take that for example. I'm going to put one of your best finishers in T20 cricket has been Virat Kohli. Yeah? He's a top order batter, but he knew that when the situation demanded and you needed what was the MCG?
28 of 8.
28
of 8. He knew what to do then. And I'm sure a Sanju is as capable as anyone else to do it, or a Hardik.
It's going to be
Pandya.
interesting to see. I'd like this team to be pitched into those situations, and I'd like to see how is it that they come out of it. It's not happened for a while now. The domination in the Windies was such that you were never really put in that situation, or you needed somebody to bat out of the skins and play the kind of MCG knock that we've seen from Virat. So
Final, yeah.
final,
So
okay,
what
you
Aksar did,
but you batted
look at
first
what
that
Dube
time.
did.
I'm saying you batted first that time, and
Correct.
and that's different. So
No, but I'm saying still to get to a decent total,
Yeah.
you are up against the wall in that encounter. So whether you're batting first or you're chasing, it wasn't an ideal scenario to be in. Your batting order later came and bailed you out. So to give you a total to fight, and then of course your bowlers did the
Virat
job.
50 of 48, but the next part 26 of 11. Remember that always.
They need to do that. So I mean, again, it's a good batting lineup, and as I said, it is a takeaway, and I think it's a good takeaway that they found a way to accommodate Sanju Samson. Surya Kumar Yadav said that don't worry, we'll look after him, we'll treat him well, and he's done that by including him in the team at the moment. Where he bats, we'll go and see. My other big takeaway from this game is, and this is something that I was waiting to see what happens, and I know we haven't had more than 4 overs to see it, but I'm glad it was, on display, is how this Indian team would bat. Because till now, under Surya Kumar Yadav, they were batting on a different level. But I had 2 doubts. One, the conditions in UAE. I thought maybe in these conditions they may have to change their plan. What I have seen in these 4.3 overs is telling me no chance of that happening. They found their template, they're going to stick to it. So that, if you're going to be, and all of us will be watching the Asia Cup, is great news for all of us, because all of us are going to be entertained. So that's one other big takeaway with the way Abhishek batted. And an extension of that takeaway is how Shubman Gill batted. And remember, we did discuss this, that we were talking about Shubman being a more not an orthodox batter, but semi-aggressive, if I can say, compared to a lot of other ultra-aggressive batter. He's the most semi-aggressive batter. And how would he really gel into this team? And the one other argument that was made was that maybe instead of the team adjusting to how Sanju plays, how Gill plays, maybe Gill adjusts to how this team plays. And he says, fine, I am like everyone else. And this is not GT where I have to, be the fulcrum. This team has many star batters. I can also play like that. And he has all the strokes to play like that. So I'm happy to note that I think that's exactly what happened. That was my estimate. I'd said it earlier that Suryakumar Yadav, this is what I'd picked up. Suryakumar Yadav probably has had that conversation for Shubman Gill, where I know that Sky backed him in selection. He wanted him in the team as captain. But once he wanted him, I'm guessing he also conveyed to him that, listen, I like you, you're a good batter, you can get runs, you come here and you bat with freedom just the way everyone else is, and you buy into our plan. And clearly this is indicating to us that that's the version of Shubman Gill you will see. There'll be occasions where he'll get out pretty early. That's fine. Everyone else continues in that same way.
To quote Sky himself, ungli kyun karna hai?
No, but here ungli has happened.
No. He said he's talking about the overall style. He said very clearly.
Correct. So he's not ungli karo the style, but he's told Gill, Shubman, you have to change.
You change. The style isn't changing.
Which is the right thing.
Yes.
It is the philosophy of the team that should dictate how you play, and not how a player plays that should dictate the philosophy of the team. Absolutely bang on.
I mean, it's a bit like what you could say, smaller example, but did England adjust to Joe Root, or did Joe Root adjust to baseball?
Joe Root did
the latter.
Baseball, and then later I think they've adjusted to Joe Root's style now.
Yeah, now.
They're saying no. I think there's a reason why he gets so many.
There's a reason why he scored so many. But again, see, his conversion rate went up when? In the baseball era. Otherwise, playing conventionally, he was always known for being the nearly man.
He was the laggard of the Fab Four in pre-2021.
And now he's the only man who can break Sachin's record.
And clearly ahead of the pack then in that sense.
Yeah.
I mean, when you've got 8 batters, I mean, this gives you the gung-ho approach full on. I mean, you can go, even in this rate, even when you're 2 or 3 down, you can continue.
See, that's the whole point of having somebody who can bat at 8, right? That you don't have any batter feel that they need to be circumspect about their approach. That's the whole point. Otherwise, then you have another bowler and can have somebody who can adjust to the conditions or play according to the equation. But the point is, this whole philosophy is not according to play according to the situation, to play according to the will of this team. This team is there to play the way that it likes, the will that it has, the intention that it has solidified on.
Okay, let's dive into some of the comments and we'll spend time discussing that as well.
Naveen Narayan is saying, this match feels like a prank match rather than an international match. Please make
What's
our...
a prank match?
Joke?
He means...
Joke of a match.
No, like trial ball kind of.
Trial ball.
Trial ball na in gully cricket.
Yeah. If you get out first ball,
then it's trial thi.
3 ball.
Used to love that.
Baby over.
I love that.
Please make our local area team play for Asia Cup. That will be more interesting than this.
The local area team is playing. It's called UAE.
Exactly.
It's called Hong Kong. It's called Oman. Have you seen the 11s?
Yeah. And one of the guys who was a top scorer is from Kerala.
Yeah.
So, yes. Sarvesh Gaurav is an absolute joke, Asia Cup. Why invite such a country?
No, I think, there's nothing wrong with wanting to expand the tournament a little bit. That I can understand. It does, however, mean that the organizers are aware that, look, we're going to get lopsided matches, but we'd rather get the exposure. So, fine.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yep, indeed.
Fast and curious. He says, what a nail biter. Couldn't take my eyes off the TV today. Really thankful to watch a thriller after Indian cricket team's long break.
Full marks for sarcasm.
Yeah, with this
He couldn't have
tongue
taken his
firmly
eyes
in
off
his cheek.
17.3, that's it. Short time.
Even we couldn't take our eyes off it. We had to be gulping our dinner down.
Exactly.
So much so that I couldn't even join on time because I was eating. I said, you start stuffing my mouth quickly. We didn't have enough time. But we feel you. I am sure a lot of, in fact, we said it. We was so gung-ho, so excited at the start of the day today in our pre-show. Wow, Indian team playing after so long. And then turns out to be an anti-climax. So I understand. But yeah, it's still so much to talk about. So many positives.
Indeed. Vishal Panchal. Yes, giving associated nations chances is good. But they need regular games to grow. Quality declining in full members nation too, except top 3-4, isn't it? Agreed. I mean, I had said in the mid-match that it's like the India men's hockey team in Asia. They are by far the best nation in Asia. But when you go to the world, you got 3 nations that trouble India: Belgium, Netherlands, and Australia. Here also, the India men's team are the best in Asia by a country mile. You will be troubled by Australia, then South Africa, and New Zealand. That is,
I don't do it.
New Zealand in ICC events, at least they come to the knockouts and
Test
they kind
matches, nah.
Test.
3-0 they'll do, yeah.
No, but then they did beat you in the 2016 World Cup.
Ah.
Wasn't that the match where Kane Williamson dropped?
Pakistan beat us in 21.
21 was a
21.
bad time.
Also,
Forget
Pakistan
21.
also beat us.
21 was a bad year. I'm talking 2016. Was that the match where he dropped the 2 pacers?
Yes, he did. Nagpur. He
Nagpur.
opened with Nathan McCullum. He opened with Mitchell Santner. He only had one pacer and Adam Milne.
Yeah, he had dropped, I think it was Bolt and Saudi.
Yeah, he did.
Master stroke.
Yes. Demon Slayer fan is like saying Asia Cup is a joke. No competition at all. I'm looking forward to the T20 World Cup 2026, expecting competition from New Zealand, South Africa and Australia, which incidentally you're going to play 15 T20Is until January against them. 5 versus Australia, 5 versus
All
South
three.
Africa, 5 versus New Zealand. Yeah.
Fast and Curious, Science for All, I think he's saying.
Yeah.
He says, for once I'm able to catch the dugout live from US.
Pacific Standard Time, was it? Yeah.
Nikhil, why the bias that East Coast can watch you guys live? Producers, any way to ask questions in advance? No, there's no bias as such. I mean, we'd love for more and more people to join us. It is, dugout is usually 6:30 p.m. That's a fixed time, Indian Standard Time. And I know it works for some, it doesn't work for some. But again, the beauty about digital is you can catch the episode whenever you want. Having said that, if you are to send a comment or a question, even if you've seen our episode later than while we were live, do drop in a comment or so. Our producers go through the comments and they will take out the best comments, because I've told my team never to go through comments because it doesn't really
Anyway,
do anything.
Yeah, it'll be 7 a.m. I guess in Pacific time when you look at it.
Yeah. So they'll pick out if you have a genuine question or so.
8:30, no?
Oh, 11 and a half hours, no? 8:30 means 10 and a half
10
hours.
and a half hours.
10 and a half.
No, I think this time it is 11 and a half hours, the Pacific time.
Whatever it is, he can't catch it live. That's the point.
Correct,
And just send in a question. We'll try and
still early.
take that question. But today, why you've been able to catch it live? Because it's not the dugout, it's Match Point.
It's match point.
It
match
is our
reviews.
post-match show.
I know,
Yeah, so.
Yep. Fast and Curious for you, Shane.
Look who's back. Now it'll be even more fun to beat KKR. I need to ask, what team does he support?
I don't know. Must be either of
Can't recall.
RCB or CSK. I don't know.
CSK fans aren't this mouthy. Probably RCB.
I don't know. I might be wrong. Yeah.
Jokes apart, actually good to see you, buddy. Thanks. Nice to always see you guys and appreciate the love that's come my way past few days. Give it time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it time. Well, I'm enjoying it while it lasts. It's a good goodwill sort of thing.
Science for all. Reminder for watchers: India's next game is with Oman 9-19.
No, next game is Pakistan.
Unless
He's being sarcastic. So.
yeah.
Acha.
Getting bored on Sunday, watch Lakshya, Reptile, MI on Netflix, Test Prime, plenty of options.
Basically, it's his funny way of saying don't watch India-Pakistan.
Of course. Then AI platform fan clubs are saying, as a viewer, would I love an IPL with highest quality and a Virat, a MSD, their fans, packed stadiums, young players, 10 equal skill teams, or this Nura Kushti, except like once in 3 years type close tour?
He's saying basically IPL, much more competitive
better
game.
than
It's
a
like
tournament like
this
this.
is a Nura Kushti, sort of a WWE kind of a contest is what he's referring to. No, you'll get some games like that. I mean, that is the thing. But you know what? One thing we've learned from Asia Cup, it's not all the way easy going. You have speed bumps in the middle. If you are India, you are Pakistan, you are Sri Lanka, you've experienced that over the years. So yeah.
Yeah. What do you say about the crowd for the India game? Naidu, DJ, I think we didn't expect that much of a crowd.
I was not expecting a game for the crowd for this game.
The indicator for a crowd will be India-Pakistan.
Yeah. Plus, it's a weekday. It's a working day. That's one. And yeah, it's the first game of the tournament, not against great opposition. And again, I'm not connecting this to the boycott or anything, because that boycott wouldn't have happened for an India-UAE game anyway.
Correct, yeah.
But yeah, India-Pakistan will be a true indicator as to if there are people who genuinely are boycotting the game or there is a lack of interest, whatever combined. Both of that will tell us. I believe that still tickets are available. So that's unusual anyway for an India-Pakistan
In UAE,
game.
Friday, Saturday are offs, right?
No, now Sunday also.
It's
They have an extension because they've now started working with the rest of the world.
Oh, they are now on a 4-day week, is it?
I think so, or they do Saturday, Sunday, or some offices do Friday, Sunday, something like that. But Sunday is also off now.
Okay.
Because what was happening earlier, because they would have Friday, Saturday, or whatever, then it would, that would ensure that Sunday, then you can't work with the rest of the world. They are shut. So it
Right.
was becoming like that. So I think now they've kind of made it Saturday, Sunday, weekend. only.
Okay. Ishmeet Singh, time for Arsh to play from other country are in.
Don't say that, yeah.
Don't be saying such things.
Don't give him ideas.
I think I have a feeling that if this is the combination that the Indian team goes with, where they're just going to take one pacer, there will be occasions where they will rest Jasprit Bumrah and Arshdeep plays on those games.
Perhaps the Oman game, Bumrah is rested and
Should be the case as well.
It could be maybe for a few other games after that as well. Could be against, let's say, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. You could do that. I mean, that's the beauty of this Indian team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, while Bumrah is Bumrah, I completely agree, but it's not, not too bad a replacement to have someone like Arshdeep coming in.
yes.
Right?
Correct.
What a luxury that is.
Yep.
Okay, Priyanshu says OG of Sports Today is complete. All format. Oh, okay. I'm Virat Kohli. You are Smith.
Steve Smith.
You are Steve Smith, Sidvi.
Yeah.
Harshit, you are Root.
Wow.
And Shane Williamson.
Casual
on casual contract. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Good one, Priyanshu.
Good one. We'll give you that.
Clearly knows the team and his cricket equally well.
But wait, ever consistent like Root? Actually, yeah, last few years Root has been consistent.
Okay. Siddharth is saying,
We don't know what Siddharth is saying.
Wait. I think that Fast and Curious bit came up. No,
that's okay. We can wait. We can wait for that.
Hmm.
Siddharth says, what's wrong with kits of all other Asian teams? Nation and sponsor names is such in ugly proportion. We in college make better jerseys. Shows the health of sport.
I mean, if you see, that's the thing, and that's one thing I like where they're consistent in, like, say, ICC tournaments, where they say that there's no front of shirt sponsor, and then it's just the nation. I mean, if you have the country name and this thing, then it's kind of crammed. I agree. Design-wise, doesn't look great.
I mean, the worst designed jerseys are the IPL jerseys.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have so many sponsors all over.
There's front of sleeve, there's back of sleeve, there's middle of sleeve, there's
The
humped,
shoulder.
everything. It's terrible.
And it's not that they are the only professional league. There are so many other leagues in so many different sports. Look at the
F1.
NBA, you look at NFL, you look at European football, they also have sponsors, but it's so nicely,
But NBA
neatly
is the
done.
cleanest when you have to look at sponsor
Yeah.
and
No, but a lot of European teams as well. They just have that one sponsor, that's it.
Or you could be Chelsea and have no sponsor.
No sponsor.
Yeah, correct. No, Barcelona at one time had a no sponsor policy.
Yeah, I remember. Then
Because-
UNICEF.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, that was just because they did, before UNICEF, they would never have anything.
Correct, I remember.
But UNICEF was the first one they signed, but that was also not money that they were taking. They said it's out of a CSR.
Yeah, and then they sent Lionel Messi to take a picture with some kid. Wonder what happened to him.
He's playing
those
football
90s
somewhere.
jerseys were good, yeah.
There's
90s
a
color
photo of him. I don't know if you saw Yamal going in for a El Clasico at Nou Camp.
Yeah.
holding Ramos's hand.
Yes, he was the other side. I remember that.
So
Yeah.
Ramos is the captain. He's the first guy. And the kid holding his hand is.
Mr. Lamine Yamal.
Imagine you
Young kid.
could have a finalisma featuring Messi and Yamal.
Could
Argentina's
you
playing.
ideally should. Because that is
Yeah.
what it is. No, the European
European
champions are
champions,
Spain,
the
and the Copa defending champions are Argentina. So yes, your finalisma will be.
Messi versus Yamal. Oh, that is the true passing of the generation moment then.
Okay, Fast and Curious says RCB fans are mouthy indeed.
But suppose
he's an
LSG.
I don't know, but that's why he's saying it, right? Remember, LSG, RCB also had that entire thing.
Correct.
There's Pavan,
Yes, RCB.
in-house RCB.
Pavan
fan.
will not give two hoots about any of this. His team are champions now, and he has a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, Anshu Mishra says, Nick sir, let's make tonight 3rd June. On that day, I offered prayer at different temples. Please, Bhagwan, सिर्फ आज का मैच RCB को जिता दो. फिर भले ही next 50 years एक मैच मत जिता. Shane sir.
I mean, look, if I'm being fair, and obviously you guys would know this, but I in my other organization, I did remember discussing and telling a lot of people that if any team has to win, from here I'd rather it be RCB. I think their fans have been through enough. Little did I know.
They deserve that. But then...
That's why I said, little did I know. and you know what really irritates me about that thing actually almost scuppered a vacation I had planned the next day.
Hey, don't even mention that.
No, I actually almost had, I know, but
yeah,
still.
I mean, it doesn't
Big
matter
thing, but still.
in the larger scheme of things.
I was annoyed for 2 reasons. Like, one, people are dying, and second, you almost got my vacation cancelled.
Doesn't matter. You can sacrifice 10 vacations.
I would, if to
they-
prevent that happening, sure, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Pavan Hola says India A tour match against Australia would be more entertaining than this Asian.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Arey,
Provided certain
India A
superstars
versus
come back.
India B will also be entertaining.
Yeah. But that will only if certain superstars make a comeback.
No,
At
you
the
don't need
moment-
superstars.
The team that has gone, if you were to put this against the rejects or those who were unlucky to miss out, that would also make for a very good competition.
Yeah. The India 15 rejects, the one who got rejected,
Yeah.
amazing team. Then.
Shreyas Iyer being captain.
Yeah. Then we made the team.
Yeah, we did make one.
The opener,
Jaiswal.
Sai Sudarshan Jaiswal opener. You got KL Rahul at 3.
Iyer at
You had Iyer at 4.
4.
Riyan Parag at 5. Shashank Singh at 6.
Yes.
You had Nitish Reddy at 7. And then you had, we picked few spinners, Sai Kishore and Prasidh Krishna. We picked.
Prasidh Krishna we picked.
Washington Sundar, I forgot. 8 was Washington
Yeah.
Sundar, Prasidh Krishna.
That is
Very
a
good team.
very mighty T20
Yeah,
side. That's a
very,
very
very
mighty
good.
T20 side.
Correct.
Half of them GT, by the way, if you think about it.
Washi, Prasidh,
Washi, Prasidh,
Ravi Vishnu, you could
Sai.
Sai,
Sai, Sudarshan, and Kishore.
and Kishore. Both the size.
Both the size.
good team.
Yeah.
There should be a petition for these matches as well.
That you'll see, no?
You used to have it, remember? India blue, India red. You could-
Challenger
the
trophy.
Challenger Trophy.
Then later on it became Dulip.
Okay, final comment of the night. AB Gowda wants to know, is 3 spinners the right combination? Are conditions the same as in Champions Trophy?
So far by the first game it does look like it. So far.
And I think that we'll get to know about the conditions a little more, and I think fast bowlers will also do well here. But I think what India has been doing is that, much like what Afghanistan do, is that doesn't matter the condition, they will play their best bowlers. And in Afghanistan's case, why I'm taking Afghanistan as an example, because it's more pronounced there. The fast bowling stock compared to the spin stock is a huge difference. So they said, it's best we go with those 3-4 spinners. They're so good, no matter what the conditions are, that they have a better chance of containing a team or picking up wickets than the fast bowlers that they have. So they've reached a stage where they only play one fast bowler in Fazal Haq Farooqi. Naveen-ul-Haq is sitting out.
There is an Asmatullah.
Omar
Is
Zai.
an all-rounder. But
Yeah.
no.
He's not a pure
No,
bowler.
Hardik
Hardik
Pandya.
Yeah.
So correct. So in that sense, they only play one out and out fast bowler. And I agree. If you've got like a Noor as well as a Rashid and a Nabi, Allah Ghazanfar or a Mujib, there are multiple options to be picking. So you might as well go with them.
And by the way, all these except for Noor can actually bat a bit as well.
True. So I think that's what.
Also.
Yeah,
long
yes, he
handle.
can. Yes,
Long
he's got a
handle.
long handle. He can whack
Tongue
it.
sit, yeah.
He can really whack it.
Correct. Tongue sit. He's a big hitter.
Right.
Okay, on that note, we'll take your leave. Thank you very much for giving us company. I look forward to your company throughout the Asia Cup tomorrow. What?
It's Bangladesh versus Hong Kong tomorrow. But we are
Mighty
all,
Don't hold your breath.
Hong Kong's best chance to win, by the way. Because Bangladesh can still suffer losses.
oh.
I mean, they have lost to so many minnow nations.
I do not subscribe to his views, but please treat them as his own
You
individual.
subscribe to Sports Today and not necessarily
But we'll
to
be building
Siddharth
up
view.
for India versus Pakistan. Now this game is done. India versus Pakistan.
Yeah, but still
3 days.
3 days.
Just 3 days.
We'll have information coming out of
Don't say net sessions.
next session.
That's been catching out a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Fire.
it's resulting on fires on
Rage.
social media.
But I wish they had seen our programs. I was warning them from the start. Don't. And at least I was telling our viewers, don't believe in these net session things. There are, but as I said, it's not that, I am blessed with the crystal ball or something. I've suffered and I've seen it from up close. It's happened before. So it's like how I keep reminding all my learned friends here, don't ever say 100%.
Yes, I was
Don't
about to
ever
say that.
Leave,
You need one.
leave an exit door.
Need some wiggle room.
Although he broke his own rule in Edgbaston.
Yeah, but then I knew that
Yeah.
was 100%.
100%.
Like when it's absolutely 100%.
Yeah. It's not even you've been caught out by practice sessions, right? It's happened in the past.
No, not. I haven't got by practice sessions.
Oh, there was some confusion. I remember it happened.
No, not by practice sessions. It was
Something else. Yeah.
something else.
Wrong stat must have happened.
Wrong
True
strat,
that.
yeah.
That's quite a possibility.
Wrong
You were
strat,
also
yeah.
reminded of that by someone. Don't
You don't give wrong stats.
KL Rahul.
KL Rahul, yeah.
take care. Bye bye. Good night, Nandri.
Vanakkam,
Shubh Ratri, Shabak Khair, eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother.
Tomorrow dugout, 6:30. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.